Great. We've started this whole stream on mute. Bam. Awesome. Awesome. Welcome to Sideboard MTG, everyone. We've got a hero deck here. Oh, life's hard, chat. Life's hard. Let's just drink a cup of coffee and start over. Hold on. You can all laugh at me. That's fine. That's fine. I won't even cut this out. Alright. We've got a Hero Precinct 1 deck. It works with Feather. We're kind of a Feather deck. We're going to be walking the line between Feather and Hero Precinct 1. And that's why we have a lot of cards that we normally don't see in Feather. Thrash is still good in Feather. And, Thrash allows us to deal damage to planeswalkers or creatures, kind of like Domri's Ambush does, only it's at instant speed and has a little bit of extra power on the backside there with allowing us to make that 4/4. Sometimes you just need an extra creature. We've also reduced a copy of Reckless Rage, and reducing that copy of Reckless Rage gave us 2 spots that we could fit Thrash into the deck. And I tried Thrash even like in just a basic Feather deck, and actually had a lot of luck with Thrash. And I actually think that Thrash works really good if you're running the Krenko builds and things of that nature, because Krenko can get a little bit large, and you can use that. You can also use it with 10th District Legionnaire to put in some serious work. We've seen how well that works with cards like Domri's Ambush. As far as the non-Hero Precinct 1 cards go, we've got, as far as like multicolored, we've got Defiant Strike, God's Willing, Dreadhorde Arcanist. Defiant Strike and Season of Growth are both our draw spells, really. Yeah, we get some benefit out of that +1, but it's mainly there for the draw and being able to use it multiple times with Feather. Also, you can hold it up, and they don't know whether or not you have a God's Willing or a Defiant Strike. You could have both or whatever. We've got Reckless Rage and Shock. Again, I may end up peeling off of Shock for like Integrity or something like that. Like there's a couple other versions or other cards we may end up putting in this spot. Having a 1-drop multicolored spell might actually just be amazing, but we're actually going to have to play some games and see just how well Hero Precinct 1 is in the deck. And if you guys do remember, when I ran the Feather deck for the 7-0 and the Meta Challenge, we actually had Legion Warboss in the deck, and the fact that we were making extra creatures, those entering the battlefield with Season of Growth, giving us extra creatures so that we could always cast a spell, and things like this, like just having those abilities works absolutely terrific. And I think Hero of Precinct 1 might actually be the card we're looking for, because I did get clogged on having Legion Warboss in the Legion Warboss in the deck. So just having the ability to make extra creatures does sound really good. And one of the things we do with Shock is a lot of times we end up just cycling it out. So I may end up trading Shock for Integrity, and that might actually be like the way to go, just having that extra protection or something. What's up, Cosmin? Yeah, we're streaming at a different hour today. This is Friday. I'm going to try to do my early stream on Friday from now on. I also was feeling a bit under the weather yesterday and was unable to get a stream out. It's hard to deal with chat, think about plays and everything else when everything else in the world's going on. So as far as the sideboard goes, really quick, we've got Tecatli Honor Guard, we've got some Fries, another copy of Season of Growth to bring in against those control decks. Cindervine's pulling a little double duty. If we happen to run into something like Nexus or somebody that's going to to take multiple turns or something, Cindervine's is going to be great there. But it's also our anti-artifact, anti-enchantment card. There's probably other routes I could go with this. Just having anti-artifact, anti-enchantment, but this one is this one's multicolored and actually serves a little bit of extra purpose, so I don't mind the Cindervines here. I actually think that Cindervines fits in the deck pretty well. Collision Colossus, more copies of that, because you do want to keep your opponents out of the air. You don't want them up there blocking your Feather if you don't have your other spells. And the giving target creature +4/+2 and being able to do that multiple turns over and over, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, and that's why we've got a couple of those main board. The other few cards in the deck, we've got a couple copies of Saheeli, and this is a spot that I've kind of played around with a lot. But I find that Saheeli is actually really good. There's sometimes you want that go wide strategy. Saheeli's really, really good for that. This could possibly also be Krinko. I find that if I'm running Krinko, though, I want some copies of Samet Sprint, some other buffs, maybe even, Titanic Growth or something. But this is multicolored, and I think that that will fit better with the Hero of Precinct 1 idea that we're trying to lean into that Hero of Precinct 1 idea, and we're also trying to ride that line of what's a good feather deck versus what's a good Hero Precinct 1 deck. And I think that might actually be what we need to do to take feather forward in the future is find where that line is. This could actually be a really, really strong deck. As far as like sweeping the board and things go, Deafening Clarion's definitely the way we're going to go. I know it doesn't work really well with Hero, but when you need to sweep the board, it's pretty decent. So that's the deck. We're going to get into some gameplay. Is there anything else we need to do? What do we got? Yeah, let's just go to home, jump into some gameplay. Are we gonna do ranked? Should we do ranked with this deck? Traditional ranked? Yeah, traditional ranked. I have faith in this deck. I'm gonna play it at least one game in ranked here. If we lose, then I'll probably back off of ranked. But I'm in the top 1,000. I don't wanna go down. So it happens. Who's our opponent? Our opponent is number 192. We are 505. Here we go. We had a red source, it'd be great. Although we can protect Hero for a little bit. Sure. Oh no, we're against a real feather deck probably. There's that red source. Do you think we can get down a Hero on turn 2 and it live? I'm a little curious. I mean, I assume our opponent's got some type of removal, right? If we get to untap it, though, gonna be good. Yep. Look at that. All right, so we're probably good to get this Hero down. I'm definitely going to go for it. Somebody else playing Naya Feather in the top 200. Go figure. Deck's good, guys. I'm serious. The deck's good. If he's got Reckless Rage here, then we probably just scoop it up. There it is. Yeah, should have waited a turn. We'd have at least been able to make some dudes. How's everyone doing? I'm doing good, Dumby. How are you doing, sir? Seen that you lucked out and got you a fawn there on Albion. Like just nice and easy. All right. Well, I have to wait a turn on this. I can't allow him to swing and get back Reckless Rage here. This is my deck. He's playing my deck. That's cool though, right? Like to see someone else playing your deck in the top 200. Like if Cosman's here, you can ask him. We were building and working on Naya Feather before the set even came out. So I want to draw a card there to make use out of my mana. I don't think that I can. All right. We go for it. Just can Feather beat this stuff? Possibly not. Oh my goodness. He had it at instant speed. This means that we lose our feather anyway, but we're going to make him cast it again next turn. Oh, that's bad. I mean, that'll help. That'll help a lot. Not enough, though. Yikes. Yeah, him being able to draw cards with Season of Growth is pretty good. Shock would have been nice here, but we wouldn't have the mana open for it. We need more red. Imagine that arena gives you an almost mirror on the first try. It is pretty close to a mirror. I mean, this is more than likely. I mean, it's probably my feather deck. I'm gonna take credit for it. My narcissism's gonna let me think that this is my deck that he's killing me with here. Yeah, I'm gonna scoop it up. He's about to just shoot my feather down. I've got no way to protect it. I mean, we got a 10th District Legionnaire coming next turn, but I mean, we're gonna be at like 2. No way to stop all that damage. So, what do we want against feather? Well, we want Fry. Collision Colossus is okay. Definitely Clarion is okay. Definitely want the shocks. What do we want out of the sideboard? I mean, we have some Collision Colossus. I don't think this is a matchup where we bring in the rest. Maybe it is. I think I just want Fry. I mean, he can still protect against Fry, right? So Reckless Rage is just as good. Kind of want Shock. Dreadhorde Arcanist is a little bit of a weak card in this matchup. The draw power is great. Thrash might not be enough. Maybe it is. Do I really want Fry that bad? Maybe I don't. Maybe we just want one Fry. It's probably horrible. It's probably horrible. Cinder maybe for the season. Maybe. Also the incremental damage. Maybe if we do win, maybe I do bring in Cinder Vines for game 3. Right? Because we could pop season. We could do a little bit of damage to him that way. And if he's casting a bunch of spells, you know, on his feather and things like that, then we can probably do well. I don't know. I'll keep this hand. This hand looks okay. I mean, we're on the play. So he has to turn 2 play his creature, which means turn 2 he'll be tapped if he wants to use his kill spells. Unless he just has a shock. Oh, if he has shock, we're in so much trouble. But if he has Reckless Rage, Domri's Ambush, Threat, Collision Colossus, any of that, then... Alright, here we go. We've got a spare now, so... Alright. We need land and we need a prayer. We do need to kill absolutely everything he plays. That's not the greatest thing in the world. So it's not my deck. Just gonna wait. I'm gonna hold up God's willing. I think we can get ahead of the damage. I just want another land. Okay. He paid life for the feather mana. It's a 10th district. Okay. So he's going to get me for 5 here. And he has a Reckless Rage available. I don't think I can cast. All right, there we go. All right, we're going to pay the life for this. We'll get down Season of Growth, and then should be able to get ahead of him. Like, if I just don't attack, I get to block a Danto Vanguard. Or the 10th District Legionnaire. Ooh, Reckless Rage me. Alright, that is fine, dude. Thrash Threat. That's pretty good. We'll protect from red. Do I attack? No, I don't think I do. Although I don't know if I'm going to block this turn either, though. Maybe it was better to get in the attack. And then just like... Okay, so he's going to ambush me here. He's just got all the removal. All the removal. Yeah, he's packed on cheap removal. I'm trying to play defense and he's not. Alright, so I lost by not... we've just lost the game here. Yeah. Got beat by the real feather deck. Yeah. He was even on the draw. Like, maybe I should have just tried to be more aggressive and just try to make my dude bigger. But he did have those instant speed spells, so he would have caught me. His hand was definitely better. All right. What rank did that take us to? We were at 505. Now we're at 672. Oh my goodness. Cheap removal is one of the benefits of this deck. It's one of the benefits of the actual feather deck. Going into hero actually takes us out of a lot of the cheap removal. I mean, I peel back on some Reckless Rages, and that wins the mirror how many copies of Reckless Rage you have. So I don't know. Like, maybe peeling back on the cheap removal is one of the things we can't do. So I'm gonna play it again though. I'm not playing it in ranked. I'm just not. I'll just go to traditional play. Not until I have the deck more defined. I'm just not. Yeah, he had like the cards to leave up that countered the defensive options I had. So there on turn 3, I think it was, I couldn't actually cast the God's Willing for an extra 1/1 counter because he was holding up a Reckless Rage. Then he used the Reckless Rage on my turn, which forces me to tap out, and then has another removal spell to back it up with. So he definitely had all the right things. I can't keep a one lander. Oh my goodness, I can't keep a one lander. Okay, I'll keep. We'll get rid of Dreadhorde Arcanist. Do I get rid of a hero? I think I do. Like, this is not a hand that likes hero of precinct 1. And we don't have any white mana. Oh, Season of Growth. I'm going to take the chance that we get land next turn. We did get there, and it's a white source. Yeah, I want another land, because we're about to start drawing a bunch of cards. Prison Realm. Well, I'm going to cast this now and draw 2. He scooped for a Defiant Strike. I'm sure he thought it was a God's willing and just scooped anyway. We cast Defiant Strike and he scoops. I mean, we're just going to draw 2 cards. That's all. I mean, he removed the creature. Oh, that's whatever. He does have Cinder Vines, so I'm going to bring these 2 Cinder Vines in over, possibly over Thrash Threat. I think the Trample might be relevant. What else do we want to get rid of? We can get rid of Shock. He might be a Teferi deck, so maybe. What do we want? Like, do we want the other Season of Growth and then maybe like a Deafening Clarion? I think so. Let's go that route. That's why you'd say leave Hero up. Well, okay, so the idea was, can we put Hero into Feather and see how it worked? Sure. Do we go Season of Growth on 2 again and then just like wait? Because no, we can play that. We can play that. Growth Spiral. Alright, maybe we just need to be as fast as possible here. So in that case, I'll just go 10th District Legionnaire and just get in. I know we could have went like 10th District, or we could have went Hero and then started playing like 10th District and things like that, but I think that we can just go Sacred Foundry, Season of Growth next turn and be okay, maybe? Maybe not. Wilderness Reclamation may end up... God, is he a Nexus deck? Seal Away! Come seal away, come seal away. Grove Spiral. Where's my Cinder Vines? I'm going to pay for this. Oh my goodness. Get that out. Uh-oh, he's doing things. Another Wilderness Reclamation. Well, he saved his blue, so something tells me he's getting ready to go for it, and he's got his full control on. Not a lot I can do here. So he's going to start taking extra turns now. Yikes. Really? That was it? He just made a bunch of mana and then passed the turn? That's not very impressive. Alright, we pass. I'll probably fire this God's Willing off just to draw another card to get land. I want to be able to play like Hero and... Okay. See if he's got another Seal Away he throws out here. We get another God's Willing. Cinder Vines. There we go. That might help. So we can play Cinder Vines and leave up God's Willing. And we have a land on top. which means we can actually just God's willing versus what? Green or blue? We can go blue. Another land? Do we need that? I don't think we need that one. Alright, Chad, I'm working on it here. We can kill this with Collision Colossus next turn if we want. Another Wilderness Reclamation. If he ever gets the mana, buddy, it's over. Okay. How would we like to do this? Hero. Sure. I would love to have a feather here. You know what? We can actually do it like this. We might actually get to draw a card off of it. See if this works. We're going to get a bunch of scries. So I want to draw first before I get all of these scries. So we'll stack it like this. So we'll go ahead and draw because we know what's there. Oh, he root snared me. And then, of course, we're going to keep the extra creature. Yeah, deal damage to Jellyfish Hydra that doesn't even happen. Well, I mean, Hero's working here, kind of. Cindervines is working. He's got to pop this Cindervines, or he can't even go off. This isn't Albion. What the heck? What's up, Magic Cafe? No, this is not Albion. This is Hero, Naya Hero in a feather shell. Ooh, we get rare. Temple of my lady. Some of you don't like that joke. I'm sorry. Alright, let's play one more. Since I don't know what happened with that dude. I mean, we won one game by casting a Deafening Clarion. There was a scoop. He scooped before you ever read it. I know, or not a Deafening Clarion, Defiant Strike. It's so hard to say the right name of a card sometimes. You've got all these names floating around in your head. Hefe here is a longtime patron. So for some of you that don't like Albion content, he's going to force it on you anyway. He's using his Patreon to actually request the next weapon build that I do. We've got bows coming up, but he's requested the one after that be staves. No creature. Can't really keep a hand with no creature. That'll work. I'll get rid of a hero. I mean, we're going to be coming in pretty slow here, but the hand's better than going. Yeah, he scooped to a Defiant Strike, man. Like, we cast it, and I assume he thought that we were playing a God's Willing that would just, I guess, lock him out or something. But he scooped before it truly ever hit the stack, and it was hilarious. It was. So do we play Season of Growth here so that we can guarantee that we're starting to see these lands? Because I think how we're going to get beat is we're not going to hit lands. Like, I think that's how we lose to this Grixis. Like, if I can get this enchantment down before they can, like, Thought Eraser me again or something, I feel much better about it. This way, at least if we cast hero, we do get at least one scry off of it. So he may just thought erasure me though. Red source off the top. Red source off the top would be terrific right now. Woo! And it comes in on tap. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go for the hero. You be my hero, baby. Domri's ambush. I mean, we could technically kill Bolus with the Domri's ambush. Sure. Because we're going to have to cast this God's Willing anyway. We're not going to make it through a full turn with him trying to kill it. I don't think anyway. I mean, well, look at that. Yep, I want that land. It's another red source, and it'll allow us to play 10th District and Domri's Ambush, so we can discard this 10th District if he plays Bolus here. I think he's actually going to try to get rid of our creature. Oh, darn. Are you stuck on mana? No, he's not stuck on mana. Seems decent. Does he have a Ritual of Soot? I don't think I add more to the board right now. Come for amazing gameplay. Stay for the amazing vocals. Aw, thank you, Weldon. I normally have a rule: you don't sing on stream because, you know, if you sing on stream, well, you guys heard it. Oh, really? I should have at least swung, right? And he milled me the card I wanted. Pooey. That's pretty good. Especially considering I get to draw it and leave it up. Like, we get to keep a red source up. So if he plays Bolus in response to the Bolus trigger. Yeah, I left 2 points of damage on the table for sure. Uh-oh. We really can't protect this. Here I am worried about this Bolus. But then again, Bolus is like the only thing that we could play around. Oh, Narset. Really? But we have our card draw, Narset. Oh my goodness. We needs a creature. Pretty bad. We can get rid of this though when he plays Bolus. We get rid of our mountain. So yeah, he's actually playing the Planeswalker Bolus, not the creature Bolus. Which means we got to top deck a creature ASAP. Hero wouldn't even be that bad. That's a creature. Alright. If we get rid of Reckless Rage, Nightmare, I have to kill it because that's going to kill me, and I just got to take a chance that I find another creature. I mean, we're going to lose Thrash Thread here. I was wanting to use Thrash to make a dude, but then I would have lost my kill spell, so then the dude wouldn't have mattered. I mean, at least we would have had a dude and we could have swung in to, like, I guess keeping Thrash Threat would have been better. Maybe. This feels bad. That'll still feel bad, but having a backup's probably okay. I mean, is he just down tick Bolus to kill it? It's not bad. Oh, Grixis. Alright, he killed it. Now what? His game, you don't see how I come back from this? I don't. I don't either. I really don't. So we need a 10th District Legionnaire is what we really need. So maybe I shouldn't have kept the feather. Although we are at the point where he has to have an actual kill spell for feather. I doubt he wants to down tick his bolus again. So let's play a creature and scry. Like, I think the only way that I win this game is we keep casting. I need cards that do stuff. We we have to keep hitting creatures. Like, I need to hit more creatures, more, and I think that's how you're going to beat the Grixis deck. Arg, Ilharg. All right. Yeah, I'll scoop to Bolus. Okay. Yeah, that would have been another creature. Do we run Renee? No, we do not. We do not. I actually didn't think about that card. All right, so we need as many creatures and threats as possible. I don't think I actually want Thrash, though. It is instant speed. All right, so let's get rid of Shock. We need creatures and draw. So we could bring in the Tecatli Honor Guards. That's a creature. And then I kind of want Saheeli somewhere. So what can I take out? Defiant Strike and no, I don't want to take out any of this stuff, and I actually want to bring in more collision. Kills Kefnet, kills Nicol Bolas. Maybe we take out one Dreadhorde Arcanist and one Domri for the other collisions. Collision may be where we want to be. We're gonna. Okay. Oh, I got room for one more card. Saheeli it is. Maybe taking out Dreadhorde Arcanist is bad here, but I've taken it out before, like trimming it down because like sometimes you just want it a little bit late. Hero plus or Renee plus Hero Wombo combo. Okay. Okay. I mean, is it like I don't even actually know what Renee does. Sure. I mean, if we can get some lands and get into Feather with a God's willing, we might be able to just win this game off of that. I'm going to get Tecatli Honor Guard out. I mean, if he wants to use a removal spell on a Tecatli Honor Guard, I'm all about it. But the main reason I'm getting out is because I don't think he's got a turn 2 creature, and I actually want to be able to cast Defiant Strike here. Does he take the God's Willing or the Feather? Takes a Feather. So does that mean he's planning on being able to do it again? And dipping lands. Ooh. A little bit of a non-bow here. Tecatli Honor Guard with the Season of Growth. His creatures entering the battlefield won't cause me to get my scry. I think he's reading the same thing. Maybe he's just getting ready to kill. Tecatli Honor Guard. There we go. Show me a land. I'm going to say no to that Honor Guard. If we get to untap here, it gets good. It gets good if we get to untap with this creature. Oh, come on. I think I Defiant Strike her anyway? Yeah, I will. I mean, we can get a Scry. Sure, that's the land we're looking for too. I know, Narset. You stop me. That won't stop me from killing you, Narset. And now we can actually draw a card if we want to. I'm gonna wait. I know I want the land like now, but I'm gonna wait. So now he's doing some thinking. Enter the God Eternals. I don't think that I actually get to protect myself from this. I am going to. Yeah, we want to draw the card. And we'll go black. He's going to mill it. Still, like, we still mill even though he doesn't get to kill our dude. Alright, so we've got multiple lands now. Which means I can feather and leave up a 1-drop next turn. We'll scry first and Collision Colossus. It's not what we're looking for though, is it? We're looking for a God's Willing. So to Cotley. Alright, so now we're beyond Bedeck, Bedazzle, that sort of thing. And we've got a 6. We got a 6/6, so I mean we've got a threat. He has to answer this. We don't actually have to apply anything else to the battlefield. Like this is a 2-turn clock that he must answer. Alright. Bedevil will do it. Discovery. Alright. Keep digging, opponent. Keep digging. Do we just play Tecatli next turn? Oh, nope, nope. There it is. We got to our God's Willing. Yep, I'll keep that too. Here we go. So if he casts Narset, I'm actually going to cast God Willing in response. Nope, not now. Not that he has a 6 land. Ooh. And I'll take the land. And he's going to scoop it up. Sweet! What tier do I think Naya Feather is? 1.5 for sure. I think it's one of the better decks in the format. It's just got really good matchups and it can apply pressure really quickly. I actually think the hero of Precinct 1 like throws it a little bit, makes it a little bit slower, honestly. Hero of Precinct 1 is actually really bad against Little Teferi, and I had the I'll just run this back. I had the Legion Warboss in that slot, but only as a 3 of, and I think that's actually better. Just because like you get to bring it down, instantly make a dude that gets to swing in, which is great against Teferi. You know, because they're bouncing your turn 2 play, and your turn 2 play is a little bit risky. I don't like the version of Naya Feather that runs Adanto Vanguard, actually, though. I actually like having Legion Warboss in that spot. I get it that Adanto's good, but Legion Warboss making you a dude every turn is pretty good. I kept this hand because it's got Feather and God's Willing in it, plus it does have a turn 2 play. So he's going to take out either my God's Willing, Reckless Rage, or Collision Colossus. Anything he discards, that we have a good chance at being able to get it back with Dreadhorde Arcanist, which I'm going to be playing next turn. Yeah. Ooh, that's fun. Although he's got, Rampage and things like that. I think Hero of Precinct 1's really good against like Angrath's Rampage. So that's fairly cool. Thief of Sanity. And we hit a land. I'm going to pay the mana. I'm going to Reckless Rage, Thief of Sanity here. And I'm not actually going to cast anything out of the graveyard. I mean, I'll select God's Willing, but I'm going to decline it. If we can get into another land, get a Feather down, we can start getting these cards back in our hand. What are my thoughts on the new Krinko with all the pump effects? So actually, I really like Krinko in the deck. I think Krinko's really good in the deck. Him taking my Feather is going to suck. Krinko is really good, and when I play Krinko, or when I played the versions of Krinko, I actually didn't put it in my deck, but the versions of it that I played and tested with, I liked Samet Sprint, which kind of gives you two different ways to go about the about building Feather, and I think Krinko's usable. He's definitely usable. I've seen a lot of other people play him, so yeah. Well, I'm casting Feather here. We're going to see what happens. Yeah, you meant instead of Warboss. Exactly. And I mean, he's going to get a chance to kill my Feather here. Do I want another land? No. I want more creatures now. So we'll get a God's Willing back to our, or a couple Gods, one God's Willing back to our hand now. Which means he's got one turn to do this. Yeah, I know instead of Warboss. I find it a little bit slow, which is why I say if you're running the Samet Sprint version of the deck, that it's really good. So, yeah. Let's go with Tocatli. We'll select, but we're not going to cast. I think that Krinko is better when you're running Thrash Threat, when you're running, or sorry, not Thrash Threat, Adanto Vanguard, those type cards. I do think that Krinko is really good. I mean, he just threw this bolus down for us to kill. I'm okay with that. And then we'll just do damage to Tocatli because why not? I mean, that doesn't cost us a card. Silly Grixis deck. You guys do notice that Tocatli Honor Guard saved us against that. Allowed us to keep our God's Willing in hand. Yeah. Which means he'll have to wait till he gets 2 kill spells. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Forgot about Sprint. You personally like War Boss more on paper, but you like the aggro aspect of all of these kinds of decks. Uh, Understood. On paper, it does look really good, but when you're really, dude, that's cool. And we got another God's Willing coming. So now if he does have another kill spell, he needs to point it at Feather. I guess. I don't know. What would you point it at? It does look good on paper, but in a world that you're fighting a lot of Teferis, I prefer to be able to just play Legion Warboss after they play Teferi. Like in an ideal world, you're going to play your turn 2, they're going to play Teferi, bounce it, you're going to play a Legion Warboss, swing, because you need a 3-drop, and you could run Gruul Spellbreaker in the slot, but I find that the haste is really, really important. And this deck's actually got a lot of haste, so how do we kill this? Like, do we swing first? I mean, we can swing. See what happens off the swing. We'll protect Feather, so Feather doesn't get killed here, right? Protection from red. I don't want that land. I've got a million land here. Alright, so now when he goes to block the Dreadhorde Arcanist, we can just pump. Like, so the reason I'm doing it this way is because collision, if you just deal the damage, right? Alright, here we go. If we just deal the damage, we're not going to get our Collision Colossus back. And if we do it this way, we not only kill it, but we get a card back, and our opponent gets mad and scoops, and you know. Deck still went 2 out of 3, and we only lost to that other Feather deck. Like, we lost in the mirror, which it just comes down to who draws the better hand. Hero Precinct 1 might not be the best thing to do in the mirror. Like, in the mirror, maybe you just want to take out some more creatures and just be like a pure Feather deck. But then again, like, making more creatures could be the way to go as well. So all in all, I actually like this hero deck. It feels good, but I don't think it's exactly where I want to be for Feather. But I do like the idea of if you're wanting to play a Hero Precinct 1 deck to play in Naya colors. The other variant on this I would actually like to see is if we went more like the Jeskai hero deck. And I'll pull that deck up really quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But Jeskai Pile, Jeskai Binder, where it's just using like every multicolored spell in the colors. I don't know if there's enough multicolored creatures and stuff like that. And if I did go this route, I mean, you'd be like Gruul Spellbreaker. You would have like all of these other good red-green cards in the deck. And I think that could, we'll back off of that. I think that could be beneficial, but yeah. I would like to see Naya hero like built around that shell, as well as like testing around the Feather shell. Do I think that hero is the right card for Feather? Probably not. It's probably not. I'm still partial to Legion Warboss, and if you are playing Samet Sprint, I don't actually agree with Samet Sprint, but if you are playing Samet Sprint, then you should probably play Krinko. but I actually find that I want a haste creature on turn 3, and found that I like Legion Warboss or Gruul Spellbreaker better in that spot. And why I didn't put Gruul Spellbreaker in this deck, the original creator of this deck actually did have Gruul Spellbreaker in the deck. I don't know. Maybe we should have tried Gruul Spellbreaker. So if you do try it, let me know in the comments. Like, what do you think about Gruul Spellbreaker in the 3-drop slot? What would you take out for it? Would you run Dreadhorde Arcanist or not? Let me see your take on this. I would love to see it. You can post it over on our Sideboard MTG subreddit. For those of you that are wanting Albion content, it should be coming up at some point this weekend. We'll be doing bows. For those of you that want more Magic content, we'll see you Monday for Magic content. We'll be doing all the subscriber decks, so make sure you get over to Reddit and post your decks there. If you want to help support the channel, you can do it either by joining here on YouTube Gaming or Patreon. Both are in the description box below. That's going to do it, though. I hope everyone had a lot of fun. I know I had fun. We'll see you next time here on Sideboard MTG.